Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm a pediatric PT. This is Baby B. I really wanted to make a video and hopefully a series because I can't fit everything into one video. Talking about tummy time, questions that we get a lot. I know this can be a subject of stress, especially when you're comparing your baby to other things that you're seeing on social media. I want to make this series to help relate to parents and help provide answers to some questions as well. Just for reference, she's almost 6 months here. What we're looking for is for your baby to start pushing up through their forearms on the ground and starting to lift their head a little bit for maybe a few seconds at a time. That's about it. We're not looking for them to be holding their head up for a super long period of time. Just basically getting used to the movement of being on their tummy and starting to work to lift their head. In order to gain the strength that they need to start lifting their head, they will need to practice. The good news is that babies learn super quick when they're this young, so practice doesn't actually take that much. It may be as little as a few minutes a day to start. My number one favorite way to practice tummy time in the first 4 weeks is going to be on your chest. The most convenient. Mom, you are postpartum. It's not the easiest for you to get down to the floor, or it wasn't for me at least, to get down to the floor and back up. And you have such a short period of time that your baby's actually awake, so it's just super convenient to get them on your chest. The other reason I love this position to start is that your baby's favorite thing to look at in this age is your face. Maybe motivating thing that will get them to lift their head at this age. So that's why I love this position to start. The other reason that I love getting started on your chest is because you can adjust how much of an incline you're at. If your baby is doing tummy time on the ground or parallel with the ground, which means that there'll be more effect on gravity, so it's harder for them to lift their head. About this as an adult doing a wall push-up with your hands on the wall versus hands on the ground doing an on-the-ground push-up. A wall push-up is going to be way easier. This is the same thing with tummy time on your chest. So if you are at an incline rather than straight on the ground, it's going to be much easier for your baby to start lifting up their head, which is the fun part of tummy time, right? If they can lift and look at your face. It's also so much easier to fit tummy time in this window. Even if you only have 30 seconds, 1 or 2 minutes throughout the day, you can pop them on your chest and practice. This is my favorite way to practice in the first month of your baby's life.
Here is an example of us practicing tummy time on my chest from when baby B was about a month old. We are practicing on the couch. I'm just sitting on the couch, leaning back with her on my chest there, supporting her at her trunk and her hips a little bit. You can see I did help her place her arms a little under her shoulders, and she is working on pushing up to be able to look at my face. I'm making some fun noises. I'm just talking to her gently, reassuring her, giving her pats on the back so that she knows she's safe, having fun. And you can see her really trying to lift up here to take a peek at my face. She's able to lift, is a little bit wobbly, and then take some breaks in between because she does need them at this point. But you can see it's a lot easier for her to lift her head and hold it up here as compared to later down the line in the video, where I will give an example of tummy time on the floor when she's about the same age in both videos. So that's why this can be such a valuable and easy way for them to practice. I think this whole video ended up being about 3-ish minutes of practice of tummy time before she got really tired and was ready to be done. That was a really awesome and actually long session for her age, so I was super happy with that. But they might, like I said before, only be 30 to 60 seconds to start. You might not get a full 3 to 5 minutes, but if you do, that's still awesome as well. Don't expect them to be wanting to do 20 to 30 minutes of tummy time at a time, especially at this age. It's really the little tiny moments that add up throughout the day and make a difference.
Another thing to mention is timing is so important when it comes to tummy time. You want your baby to be baseline regulated and happy, not sleepy, not too hungry. That makes it really hard to find even 30 seconds throughout your day, I know. This is the hard part because it's going to be different for every baby. It's probably going to be different for your baby month to month. And it might not really feel like you're doing anything because you're only doing like 30 seconds to 60 seconds of tummy time. But these little pieces add up and really make a huge difference. What really worked best for us that we found in the first month was doing it right after our morning feed. She was awake, she was fed, she was happiest at this time. We would get in 1 to 2 minutes and then she would pass out and fall asleep on my chest. This may or may not be your situation. This might work great for you. It might not. You might have to find a different time of your day where your baby is the happiest that they are, the most awake, because maybe they fall asleep while they're feeding on you all the time. So that's kind of up to you to figure that out. Take note and then try and implement it on your day-to-day. My second favorite way to do tummy time in the first month is going to be practicing on the ground. It is going to be a little bit harder, but it is really great for you to start getting your baby used to floor time and being on the ground. One thing that I always like to use is a firm but hard surface, and it is super helpful to get them to try practice tummy time on the ground because it provides that firm surface for them to push up through their arms. One of the reasons we want them to start doing tummy time as a newborn is they've been all crunched up in this like fetal position, right, with their knees up in your tummy trying to fit in there. And so they do have less flexibility in the front of their hips than we do as adults. One way to help stretch that out is by doing tummy time on the ground where they can lay with their hips flat. One last little tip for this first little period of your baby's life is to try to pick up fussy cues. If you notice your baby on their tummy squirming a lot, trying to get out of it, starting to cry a little bit, what you're gonna wanna do is gently roll them from their tummy back to their side. I'll show you with baby B here. So what you're gonna do is if they start getting really, really fussy and sad, you're just gonna tuck one arm. As a newborn, they're gonna require a little more help than she does, and just help them gently back to their side, and you can give them gentle shh, 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 to help them calm down a little bit. If they are a newborn, that might be it. They might have gotten their 30 seconds in and then they're done. If they're a little bit older, or if they're still willing, they might be able to do a little bit more after your break, after you give them a little bit of soothing and calming. But again, that's up for you to decide.
Here is an example of baby B doing some tummy time on the floor. I think this is one of the first times that she was on the floor trying it out. She's about 15 days old here. So we just move gently from her side and roll to her tummy to get her to start pushing up through those arms and start lifting that head. So one thing that I did to help was push those little arms under her shoulders so that they are stacked underneath and it's easier for her to push up. And then I'm gently talking to her, and I have a black and white card in front of her, a high contrast card for her to look at this point. But yeah, just gently encouraging her, rubbing her back. She does lift her head for a few seconds at a time, which is awesome. I don't expect her to do this every single tummy time session that we have. She might have more energy during some than others. But as you can see, she is starting to push up and lift. Just because she's not lifting every time doesn't mean that she's not still gaining strength.
And again, I will be posting and answering more questions. If you do have more questions about tummy time that I didn't answer in this video, which you probably do because I have a million things I could say, but only so much time to say it, drop them in the comments or send us a DM and we'd be happy to make a video on it.